Okay, so the other guys will catch us on. So I was saying that in today's class, I'm going to introduce two concepts. The two concepts are support resistance, which is one, and then the other concept is supply demand. Okay, so and they're kind of similar. So support and resistance, support and resistance, and they're not just similar, resistance. Okay, support resistance, that's one. Then supply demand, supply demand. So I'm sure the names are very descriptive, so you can almost guess what they stand for. Okay, but in particular, let's start with the more obvious ones: support and resistance. So support and resistance means that if you say support, if somebody is standing here, okay, then your weight can be supported by something, all right? So this bottom part is considered support, okay? Now, the upper part, if you are in a house and there's a roof, then the higher part would then not allow you to go any higher, okay? So you actually would kind of have some kind of resistance at this point. So why are these important? Well, it's interesting, but there's a long, long story behind it, okay? But the story behind this is actually the story between sellers and buyers. At the end of the day, after discussing support resistance and supply demand, bottom line, it's all between the discussion between sellers, okay, because sellers want to continue selling, and buyers want to continue buying. So it is that struggle between buyers and sellers, okay, where you find up to this line, okay, up here there's a lot of sellers, okay, and these sellers, okay, if there's enough buyers, okay, if the sellers are more than the buyers, then they cause resistance. If the sellers are more than the buyers. Similarly, down here, if you're down here, it's the same thing. It's called support. Okay, but in this case, you'll find that the buyers are actually more than the sellers that were down there. Okay, that's why, you know, and that in a way is where the whole idea of demand comes in. So chini tunaita demand, na juu tunaita supply. You call it supply. Okay, so this area here provides many sellers. The market gets here, and then there are enough sellers. Okay, if the sellers are now more than the buyers, then they take charge and the market goes down. Okay, similarly, when we are down here, okay, when the buyers are more than the sellers, okay, then the market goes up. Okay, so these two things are complementary. Support, okay, it's like supply zone, and then support. I'm sorry, what am I talking about? Resistance, upper juu, okay, is a supply zone, and upper chini, support is actually a demand zone. Okay, so don't mix them up. Just know that Ukuju up on the roof, that causes resistance. You can't penetrate. Okay, and because it's resistance, okay, if there's enough pressure when the sellers actually break through, okay, we say that it has become a supply zone. Similarly, down here, it is a support zone. Okay, support zone. However, if there's enough pressure coming from down going up, then this becomes what we call a demand zone. Okay, because of the buyers. Why is that significant? It's significant because it allows us to look at the market in terms of its movement, in terms of where there is supply, there's demand, in terms of support and resistance. So here I will now change this and move it to, let me see, object manager, move all, yes. Okay, so I had mentioned something interesting earlier, that if you want to trade like the 1 hour, okay, you have to use the fractal nature of the market. So if this is the time is X, okay, and this is the trading time you want, okay, this will be, sorry, you use, if you want to trade on X, this needs to be between 4 to 6X, sorry, which means come up on in 1 minute, it can be 4 times 1, which is 4 minutes, or 5. Okay. 4 to 6 means 4, 5, or 6. So it can be 5X, which is more popular. Okay. So you trade using, if you're going to trade on the 1 minute, you use 5 minutes as your guide. Okay. You can even use 4 minutes, but that's fine. Or you can use 6 minutes. All right. But the more popular one is the 5 minutes. Okay. Now, if you're going to use, assuming you want to trade the 5 minute, the most popular one used is 30 minutes. Okay, so 5 times 6. So it is 6 times 5. If you're going to use 1 hour, the most popular time frame to use is 4 hours for trading. And similarly, if you're going to use 4 hours, then they suggest you use daily, where daily is actually 12 hours. Okay, daily, or even weekly. Okay, but for us, where we are right now, we shall be doing scalping, which means we're going to use 1 minute to trade, which means we shall use 5 minutes to prepare the trade. All right. So what we do, we go to the 5 minute time frame, or in this case, 30 minutes if we're using a lower time frame, or even the H4, and then we mark the charts, we mark the support and resistance, okay, to trade. That's one way. All right. So I'll quickly do that. So I go to 5 minute. Okay, so I come here and click on the 5 minute. So that's 5 minutes. And then I mark the support and resistance. So I come here, and if they are on a straight line, excuse me, something like that. Oh, support resistance. How do we mark it? We actually go to a high time frame and we see where the market is turning, where the market seems to be turning. Where the market turns, that is our, if it turns continuously, we can say that there's something here. There's a bit of resistance there, resistance there, resistance there. Here it has broken resistance, it has gone up. Okay. This point here, it has been revisited again. So this becomes some kind of resistance at the top. At the bottom, the same thing. Okay, we mark points that the market has touched or seem to have touched continuously. Okay. So those are the two main points. All right, three main points. Okay. This you can also draw by changing the candles into lines. All right, you can change the candles into lines. So you come here and click on this line chart. As you can see, averagely, it actually touched the same spots on average. Okay, that gives you the support and resistance on the 5-minute time frame. What is the significance of this support and resistance on the 5-minute time frame? On if we are scalpers, well, what it does, it gives you an indication of where the market is and where it's going and how you should trade. So for example, we know the market always moves from one level to the next level, all right? Let me see. Okay, the market moves from one level to the next level. So if you are here at point X and then Y and then Z and then O, when the market comes here, where is it likely to go? It's either likely to go down or go up. Okay, but once it's given you the indication that it's going up, then you go with it. Okay, you go with it up. Now, sometimes it doesn't go up right away. As you can see here, it didn't go back right away. What it did, it came down and played around here, around there, okay, and then finally went all the way up. And this is normal. This is normal for the market to do silly things like this. Okay, this is what normally kills scalpers in their trades, because this is a serious drawdown. It comes down, then you go take some more trades, then it goes down, then you take some more trades, go down. Then by this time, you've actually accumulated a lot of loss because you are taking trades here, hoping to take profit up here. So this is where problems come in. But again, we're not talking about the trades yet. We're just telling you that this market, when it started going up, it will eventually get up there, but it might not get there right away. Like in this case, it came down, okay, and then finally went all the way up. Similarly, if this market is here, then the next candles show that it's going down. Chances are it might want to come back and revisit the last low, previous low, or this support here. Okay, and this support ukichora vizuri utapata kwamba this market came actually and was slowed down by that. Okay, so you can take some trades over there again, but this one went down kidogo and then started going up again. So basically from here it went all the way up. Again, from here you see the next 2-3 candles. Is it going up or is it going down? If it's going down, please know that it will come down and the first stop will be where it stopped in the middle there. Okay. So the support and resistance lines will help you determine that. Okay.
Can you just repeat that whole drawing again?
Which one?
The one you just explained.
Okay. So what I was saying, okay, I'll try and explain it differently. So this is a 5-minute time frame. If I go down lower to a lower time frame, I'm going to explain it differently. So this is a 5-minute, and I want to go to a lower time frame, which is 1 minute. Okay, so this is the 1 minute time frame. As you can see, okay, we can draw some other support lines again. Okay, but if we were to use this time frame the same way as before, okay, so the only thing you have to remember here is you may have to add other time frames, like other lines. So unaangalia mali market imeturn sana. So somewhere in the middle here, there seems to be a point or some line where the market seems to be liking that place. So you draw a line that touches up on most of these turns, see? So this is perfect because upper EV, it may touch. Okay, let's see if I can mark them here. Okay, upper it may touch, well, not quite. Upper it may touch, upper. So where the market has touched several times, you draw a line. It means this was a significant point. What is a significant point? It is a point in the market, okay, that the price respected. Okay, so we can't ignore it. Price respected point X. Okay, this is point Y. Okay, we can call this X1. Okay, and this is Y, and this is maybe Z. Price respected all these points. So if you're going to trade, it might guide you because you've already drawn these points. Okay, unachukua trade, ukichukua trade hapo, chances are you will not worry about it. Isipoenda chini, if it's not going down, okay, you will not worry about it until it reaches the next point, next significant point, which is here. So the market might go down kidogo. Then when it is there, as a scalper, you pause and ask yourself, where is it going now? Is it going down or is it going up? Kienda chini kidogo, be sure, okay? But be sure that the market is actually going down because it might just go down kidogo alafu endelee juu. So you can wait, okay, and see what it will do. Ikifika mahali hapa and then it turns to go up, then you enter trades. So you use these lines as guides, okay, as your guide, okay? The only way you will know what I'm saying is when you start practicing. And most of them are intuition, all right? Itakuwa intuitive because utaona vile market inaenda. The market will just be playing around those areas, okay? And you can buy and sell and so on based on those areas. Okay, any questions? Any questions? There's the aspect of supply demand. Maybe I can leave that for tomorrow's class. But as of today, I will leave you with support and resistance. So the idea is you mark from a higher time frame, and then you go to a lower time frame and mark additional lines that you might, but that might show you where the market is. So this is additional line. I've added this one. I've added this one. Okay. So as you can see, spot on. This line has come spot on right there. And then this line has come spot on right there. So now we can trade even with this. Where we are right now, the market went up. So ikiwa hapa, where do you think it will go? Okay. Kama ilikuwa imefika huko juu, the market is coming down. Okay, we wait and see and confirm maybe 1 or 2 candles after this position. Coming in the chini, then it might come to get here. But if it's coming to get here, look at these things here. This could also give you clues now. Okay, so now this is where you are trading. You are looking at this. Okay, there seems to be like a bit of resistance over there. Hii market imeenda chini, ikarudi juu, ikaenda chini, ikarudi juu. Okay, there seems to be something going on. In fact, your line across, you see that actually there is something going on there. So once the market is here, it didn't reach up there, chances are it will come back and retest this thing, because here it broke. So let us see what happened. See, it came back, retested, went down even, and retested this even further. And then now change its mind and go up. So before you actually go heavy on your trades, make sure after you ngoje, remember 1 or 2 candles after each break, usually at least 1. Yeah. So I will repeat this again. You use the higher time frame, okay? And then you, so I'm gonna clean up this up. Okay, what am I doing? So I'm going to remove okay. So if we are we want to trade the 30-minute time frame or even the 5-minute time frame, we come first and we go to the 1 hour. Okay. So this is the 1 hour time frame. And with the 1 hour time frame, then you make the chart smaller. Okay. Small like that. Full screen. Then now you mark where the market has turned. If it's easier for you to use the lines, then you go and change this to lines. Okay. And then you come with your straight horizontal line. This one here. And then you mark them. You can mark that's the highest. Okay, you don't have to think too much. Okay, it's the lowest. Okay, you mark especially these lines that are close to here. Okay, those are the ones you want actually. Why? Because that is more relevant. The lines here are more relevant than this one's up there. Because in scalping, we don't shoot for big money. We go for small but many. So you mark this every time the market may turn on a mark. Okay. Now you don't have to mark so many. Okay, as you can see, I think I've basically the main ones. I didn't even take like 2 minutes or 5 minutes. So even you, it should not take you so long. So once you go hivi, kuna lines zingine that are visible kama hizo katikati and so on. Okay, those ones now, when you go to a lower time frame, you can add them, but you can add them on a different color. Let me see. So that was 1 hour. So I can go to 30 minutes. Or even 5 minutes. So when I'm in 5 minutes, look at what has happened. That is 1 hour. So the bigger the time frame, the more significant is the line. The bigger the time frame, the more significant is the line. Okay, so I come here and maybe want to mark other lines, but this time I'll put them in a different color. 5 minutes. Okay, I will add like maybe this. I'll change the color. Okay. So I'm marking the other lines, the 5 minutes, using a different color. Oops. I didn't want that. I can duplicate. So then I move the duplicate. Okay. Again, I can duplicate this. You just right click and you duplicate. Okay. Then I can duplicate, right click, press duplicate. Okay, then you take that. Okay. So I think I'll leave it at that. So this is at the 5 minutes. So when you're taking your trades, think of the priority. These other lights, the light lines, which are the 1 hour, are regarded more, they're of higher priority than the green lines, which are 5 minutes, which means that this is a significant, it's more significant than this one. Why? Ukiangalia line imeenda ikashindwa kwenda juu, ikashindwa ikaenda, but here it came ikapasua kidogo, got stuck there and then went down. So this was a significant point. The market had to stop there kidogo, and then it went down, ikapasua hiyo. So if you think of this in your trading, you'll find that your trading will be better. You trade between the zones, and I think you'll hear a lot of that. You'll hear zones. So like if this is A, this is B, this is C, D, E, okay, F. So the market seems to be always playing from one zone to the next, from the next zone to the next, the next zone to the next, the next zone to the next, and so on. That is the key. That's the key to your trading. Now, is it perfect? No, it's not, because the times the market will not obey that. Okay, and that's why we shall talk more about supply and demand in the next class. But for today, when you have this support resistance, you can utilize it in your trading, knowing that the market always plays from one significant point to the next. Okay, so all you have to do is find out the next candle when you are already on that support or resistance line. The next candle, where does it want to go? Is it going down? Then chances are it wants to go down to the next significant point. Okay, then ikiwa hapa unaona imekuja chini ikarudi juu ikaanza kuendelea chini, it means that it's obeying that point. Okay, it goes down mpaka chini. Okay, the significant point, it plays around there for a while before it goes up. All right, any questions? Looks like oh, Liam, internet yake ina shida. Do you have any questions, Calvin?
No, I think I've understood to that point.
Okay, very good. So in tomorrow's class, I will now introduce the supply and demand. Okay, supply and demand. So, and I hope you are still practicing. Yes, I saw your homework today. That was much better. Yes. So again, shoot for the 100 pips. 100 pips. I guess that's the homework, yeah? The standard homework for now. You know how to do the 100 pips. So for tomorrow, I want you to get me another 100 pips. But this time, I don't want so many pairs. I only want Euro USD. I want 100 pips from Euro USD.
Alapo, what's the best time for that kind of pair?
Best time is from 11. I know from 9 till 10, the market moves like violently, up, down, up, down, up, down. But then from 11, it picks direction, and then the layer has on one direction for a while. So if you're in Kenyan time from 11 to around 12 noon, that would be a good time, because market picks the direction it wants to go, and then it goes in that direction for a while. So that now if you're going to be doing buys, then you buy there, you wait for it to come down again, and then you buy, you wait for it to come down again, and then you buy, Okay. And each time it goes up, it takes profit, takes profit, takes profit. And then ikiamua, ikianza consolidate, you know it's about to start changing. Change. You sell, you wait for it to go back. Sell, wait for it to go back, and so on and so on. All right. So our time is up. Okay. You will do homework. Euro USD only. Best time is between 11 and 12, and I want 100 pips. All right. Okay.
Sawa sawa.
Okay. All right. Good. So you guys have a good night, and we will see you tomorrow in class. All right. Good night.
Okay, good night.
All right.